Hello again, everybody. Welcome to the Eastern Michigan Women's Soccer Weekly Preview. I'm Chris Pizzoli, and I'm joined this week by sophomore forward Bianca Rossi. And Bianca, 1-1 weekend there for you. You coming up with a big goal there against Ohio in the 2-1 win on Friday. Just talk about that game in general and also about your contributions in that contest.
The game against Ohio was a big one for us because we knew that we needed to pick up some wins in order to clinch a playoff spot. So I think everyone came out willing to win, willing to work hard. I know for myself, I wanted to contribute as much as I can so that way we can make the playoffs instead of last year how we didn't make it. So I think I just gave everything I had to contribute to winning.
Bianca, you're just a sophomore and you're already one of the team leaders in points, goals, and assists both. Just talk about how you've grown this season and what it means to you to be one of the top contributors on this EMU club.
I'm proud of myself to contribute as much as I have been and keep contributing as much as I can. Because I know that coming from last year's season, being 0-13 at the beginning, that we don't want to do that again and we want to grow as a team. So I think for myself, I just want to be the best that I can and make a difference towards the team.
Just talk about that a little bit more, about a lot of struggles for the entire team last season. And then this year, you're just 2 points away headed into the final weekend of the regular season from clinching a playoff spot. Just talk about how the feeling is around the team this year.
All right, well, last year, as I said, we were 0-13, so it was really hard for us, especially as a freshman coming in and losing a bunch of games and being so close every single game. So I think the sophomore class and the whole team grew up and grew as a team, and those compared to last year when it was 2-1, or we would lose last year, but this year we grew as a team and we kept the wins coming on, we kept the lead, and I think we just need to keep doing that in order to clinch a playoff spot.
Finally, this weekend you go on the road against a couple of MAC East teams that have struggled in Buffalo and Akron. But those are two teams that also still have a chance to get into the MAC tournament. Just talk about how hard it is going on the road to face a team that's playing for its playoff lives.
Well, I think playing at Buffalo and Akron, playing at their home field, it's going to be tough for us because they're fighting just as hard as we are. So I think that we just have to keep our heads on straight and do as much as we can and keep positive and work towards beating those two teams, especially on their home field.
Here now with head coach Scott Hall. And Scott, you head into the final full weekend of the regular season with a chance to clinch a playoff berth. Just talk about the year in general up to this point and how you like your chances going into the postseason.
Well, as always, I mean, it's the MAC time where everyone gets a little bit nervous because you're fighting for points. And just like every year, I mean, Miami's got on a nice cruise control with 8-0. The rest of us are still fighting away to find out what our place will be in that final weekend. So I think I like where our team's at. You know, we split on the weekend at home. You'd like to try to win both of those. But then now we go on the road. We've got to take care of our chances to hopefully get that another win or two to try to keep ourselves at home for the first round of the playoffs. But you got a Buffalo team who's fighting. You know, they need points to get themselves into the playoffs, and I know Michael down there. I mean, they're going to be ready to go. And same with Akron. They're still battling away to get points to get into that tournament. So it's an interesting weekend, and as usual for coaches, it's sleepless nights getting ready for these games.
Talk about the element of how to prepare going into that game in Buffalo. It's a team, as you said, fighting for its playoff life at night, under the lights, in the football stadium. Just talk about how that game, what you expect from that.
Well, I mean, always the players, the student athletes love playing in the late games and under the lights. So I think our kids will be excited to do it. I know Buffalo's been on the road, so they're coming home. They're looking for that comfort of home to play again. It's quite a hike to get out to Buffalo, so we'll head out on Thursday. Hopefully get a little training during the day. I mean, Buffalo's going to be a good team. You know that we tied them here last year in a pretty wet and wild game. This year, hopefully the weather holds out for us into Buffalo. Playing in on the turf, you know, we're inside today training on the turf to get ready for it. So I think it'll be a good game. I mean, there's no easy MAC games. You know, we haven't had an easy one yet. So I think comes down to another battle and who wants to get the points.
When you go on the road in such a pressure-packed situation as these next two games will be, is there any change in preparation during the week that you put your team through?
No, I mean, we try to stick to our routine and the tricks up our sleeves we're bringing out all year long. So I think for the majority, though, we try to stick to what we do, keep the routine the way it is. The players are used to that. So again, they're training hard. I mean, they came in and did a good job today. So we'll keep that up for the week. And then again, one game at a time, we go after Buffalo.